How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today, I'm going to talk about reinvesting in yourself. And I feel like this concept is not well understood enough and not well practiced enough. Personally, I think this concept is so powerful that if you implement it, it's probably worth all of my previous videos combined. You just take back whatever you earn, be it a salary or whatnot, and you put it back into ways to generate more of that income. Let's just stop right there and ask yourself, how much have you reinvested back into yourself in your current career? This video is brought to you by Moomoo, the commission-free trading app. They're running a promotion and time's almost up at the end of this month. If you deposit just $100, you can get 5 free shares of stock, a free share of C3.ai, which is worth close to $40 right now, and a $100 coupon that you can redeem towards buying $1,000 worth of stock. If you deposit $1,000, you can get all the previous benefits plus another 10 free shares of stock. If you deposit $5,000, you can get all the previous benefits again, and either a share of Tesla or Google stock. Check out my affiliate link down in the video description below. I have to admit that when I was working as an engineer, I did very little to reinvest back into myself, meaning that the salary I got, all of that goes into the bank, or I save it, or basically I try to spend as little as possible. I know many times, even if I need a certain piece of equipment, I refuse to buy it because I don't want to buy it and put it at my cubicle at work. They're supposed to pay for that, right? And it is true. I don't think I'm going to buy a big monitor and put it there, but I might possibly buy myself a calculator or maybe smaller devices that are somewhat expensive, like mechanical keyboards or really advanced mice. And this I know will improve my productivity. But if you're in a work from home situation, some companies might give you some amount to spend to buy all of that. These days, probably not as much, but if you are not given a budget, the question is, will you still buy a big monitor, keyboard, mouse, maybe a dedicated video conferencing dock, a camera or lights for it? So those are just ways that you can buy stuff to reinvest in yourself. There are other ways to do it. You can go to trade shows. Hopefully your company will actually pay for it. But I think if you wait for your company to pay for it, you are missing a lot of opportunity, because many times they won't pay for such a thing for you if it's something that you're just interested in. So you got to fork over a little bit of money to do those things that you are interested in and sort of drive your career that way. Just hear me out here. Additionally, you might be able to spend money on networking. Networking probably requires a little bit of leap of faith, because if someone tells you, go spend 5 to 10% of your income towards networking, pay for other people's meals, but you don't see an immediate impact. Maybe for some instances, you'll never see it come back. But I have heard stories from people who does this consistently. In the end, they find themselves making a lot more money because they have really, really good connections. People hardly ever pay out of their pocket to buy a coworker a meal. Even if you do that infrequently, if they go to some other company, they would remember their generosity. And obviously they want you to be their coworkers again, because, hey, you know, they're going to be nice about it again, maybe buy them another meal. I'm not even saying that this is a surefire way to reinvest in your own career. Like I said, this will take a leap of faith in order for this to materialize. But you see where I'm going here, right? Take some portion of your salary, your income, and think of ways to spend it back into your career. And these ways that I'm talking about are just some ways that you can do it. You can probably do it in other ways. Maybe get a new degree, get some certification. You can buy nice work clothes. You can groom yourself regularly so you look very clean cut all the time. Buy yourself into ways to become management, some kind of coaching. If you don't have good people skills, you could go get a class on that as well. If you have other ideas on how to reinvest in yourself, feel free to leave a comment. Now, I'm going to speak more in terms of a business. Many businesses, they would just take the profit and run. How many businesses do you know will take 100% of the profit and put it back into the business? Some really, really rapidly growing type of businesses does this. Now, when I first heard of 100% reinvestment, it sounds super risky. Where are you going to find your living costs? Are you just going to work for free for indefinitely? At some point, you got to take a little bit off the top, take it for living costs, take it to pay yourself. But if you're in the position to be able to reinvest 100%, this is super duper powerful. Number one, it outdoes your competition. You have the financial backing to put so much money back into the business that other people cannot. You can use that money to upgrade everything, including, look at this. I'm doing it myself. I upgraded this microphone, producing better sound. Hopefully you guys will like it. And in turn, maybe I'll get more views. more subscribers. If you reinvest 100%, you can easily outdo your competition. Just think about how much of the competition is not reinvesting everything. As an employee, most people spend very, very little reinvesting in their career. So if you take the leap of faith and even invest just 5%, right? Let's say you make $100,000 a year and you put back $5,000. This is an incredible amount over a period of 1 year. You can go to a couple of conferences. There are a lot of things that you can do with that, including buying equipment that your company does not own, but you bring it to your cubicle. And constant reinvesting, it has a compounding effect, just like reinvesting in some kind of stock market fund. The dividends is essentially your profit, and you put it back in, and eventually it gets really, really big. It gets so big that you can just trim a little bit off the top and it will be a huge amount still. Recently, I came across a MrBeast video, and I know most of my subscribers probably is not in the demographic to watch his videos, but it comes up because he is like one of the top YouTubers. So this particular video came out, $1 versus $1 million hotel room. So I watched it, and here is a screenshot of how much he spent just on those hotel rooms. I'm gonna have to believe this, that he actually threw down $1 million for like an island with like 17 islands or something like that. It's like really crazy. And assuming this is what he actually spent, if you add up the total, is $1,286,001. So far in 7 months, he got 245 million views on this. Assuming he gets $10 per 1,000 views just from YouTube, he's getting paid $2.45 million just on this video. One single video, $2.45 million. If you are the person making this video, do you think you're going to pocket all of that, or are you going to invest most of it? Now, before he made this video, right, he probably has an idea, okay, I'm going to make roughly this much amount, and he got a whole bunch of other videos that are still being watched. So he has an idea of how much incremental amount of profit that he's going to make. So let's just say he can accurately predict he's going to earn about $2.5 million. He spent half of that just for the hotel rental fees and probably a bunch more for his staff. And just from this simple math, he's spending over 50% of his profits back into every single new video. He said himself that he basically earned zero profit. He just took everything that came in and poured it all back into the video by giving it away, paying people in like a truckload worth of pennies, doing all kinds of ridiculous things. And it's these ridiculous things that gets him a lot of views. And I think it's the reinvesting, be it the ridiculous ways that he does it, that really drives his channel forward. And he's done this from day one, 100% in. And maybe he scaled back a little bit, you know, take a little bit of profit and put it back in the bank. But I talk about MrBeast as a case study. You see how powerful this is when you reinvest 100% back in. It's like supercharging your business and putting it on steroids. Now, I'm talking in terms of a business. You could potentially translate a little bit of this into a salary job as well. If you have the financial resources to do so, you can get things that other employees will not get. I truly think this is a way to differentiate yourself in a corporate environment. You will really, really stand out, even if you spend just 5% of your salary. So this is just the concept. I actually haven't applied this myself to a salary job. Currently, I work for myself on this YouTube channel, and I have some side gigs going on. And in my small experiment that I've been doing for a couple months now, I'm seeing incredibly great results for 100% reinvestment. It's just crazy. Hopefully, I'll be able to talk about it some more, and maybe I don't even have to talk about it if it gets popular enough. Thanks for watching this video. I hope this is good food for thought. Just think about it a little bit and see if you want to do it as well. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more.